أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد يورغن سترومر. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
At the first, we would like to know who is Juergen Stromer.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
It's our pleasure also.
Yeah. So, Juergen Stromer is born and raised in Germany, in a place called Stuttgart, in the southern part of Germany. This is also where my career started. This is where I spent the first part of my life before I came to the Middle East.
When you come to the Middle East?
I came to the Middle East in 2002. The first time I came to the Middle East, it was 1998. But then after that, in 2002, I became resident in UAE already.
Great. How the opportunity it came to visit UAE 2002? What he was doing in that time?
Yeah, that's a long story. Yeah, it goes back to my career path. If you have a few minutes, I will explain you how that came about. I have always been interested in technical things, and particularly the part where I born and raised is the land of Mercedes. Yeah? So this is the factory of Bosch, Mercedes, IBM, and so I was always interested in technical stuff. And hence no surprise that at one point of time I joined Mercedes-Benz as a company and got trained there before I went to the university. And afterwards I joined a company called ThyssenKrupp, ThyssenKrupp as it's widely known here. So with those I was fortunate to join their junior business management trainee program. And with that program I was able to visit many places which from that global company allowed me to see the world in different areas. Fast forward, ThyssenKrupp asked me to come to the Middle East and take over the Middle East business for them as well. And in 2002 I became a permanent manager for them for their business in the Middle East. This is how I basically came over.
Let us to know about your journey from 2007 when you start to work with Dabico.
All right, excellent. So, like I said, I came with Thyssen in 2002. I had a small experience also with the Alpha Team Group, with a local family business, as you know, running the Hitachi business for them. And then 2007, no surprise, because I've been in infrastructure business most of the time, also attached to the airport business with many projects, Dubai Airport among them. Moving to Dabico, at the time it was called Covertech, which are heavily into infrastructure from a port and maritime point of view, as well as airport business. So my role in the group was to develop and drive the airport business at the time, but also look in the ports business as well. Over the years, we have been growing the company to the company it is today, and I appreciate the education I got throughout in this company. it has been entrepreneurial business from the beginning when it was founded, but then during that period over 15 years in which I have been in the Dabico/Cavotec group, it became a Nasdaq stock exchange listed company, so quite a significant transformation over the 15 years. Yeah.
And what you update on the strategy, or what you change on the strategy of the Dabico airport solution?
So when we started in 2007, we had basically one product, which was an in-ground product, and we were heavily trying to convince Dubai Airport to go with in-ground system because it's a modern system. But we understood very quickly that with one product it is not sufficient to penetrate the market. So the strategy has been to drive the business from a product business into a system business. Okay. So we added different products, we added different companies, we added companies from the US, from the UK, in terms of preconditioned air systems and power systems and so on. So then over the years we became a complete system solution provider. Great. And this is where our business really took off in a big way.
Let us to know about the services you are providing, and let us to go more deep details about the services you are providing to your client, and how you are taking care about the air solution.
So from our perspective, what we always felt, also in particular in this region, is that there is not just the aspect of the product, but also the after sales and the service, and taking care of any subsequent issues or topics and so on. So we developed ourselves into a complete solution provider for turnkey solutions. So what we do is we are coming very early in the stage, involved with the planning and design. Now, for example, the new Maktoum International Airport now, which is going to have 270 million passengers at one time. The largest airport in the world. So we will be supporting from our side in terms of design, in terms of innovation, in terms of what we feel is the state-of-the-art systems today, and support with the initial design for the project. And then, of course, in the subsequent stages, we also sell the products which are manufactured in our factories. We also do installation on site, we do commissioning, we do service afterwards, after sales service. So we provide a complete system solution to the airport.
And if we talk about the manufacturing, about the product, from where you bring and how you are build the raw materials.
So we have for our different products, different factories. We recently acquired 2 more factories. So one of our factories is in Indianapolis in the US, and the second one just 20 minutes away. This is where we build boarding bridges, preconditioned air, power systems, and so on. And then we have another major factory in Germany where we have similar systems, but also our in-ground systems as well. We recently opened another factory in Spain as well, because we have a significant order book currently. And then we have a factory in the UK as well, for fueling in particular. So we are, since the airport business is a very global business, we try to be global but local everywhere. So that's our idea.
Great. And if we talk about the sustainability, are you there with your product?
Yes, that's a very good question. ESG, as we call it, is everywhere today, and obviously that also doesn't stop with the airports, and I think today airports and infrastructure ports have more pressure than ever to look at environmental friendly solutions. So Dabico has been the pioneer and has been in an early stage been looking into environmental friendly solutions, has developed a solution called E3 gates. Yeah? So that's about economics, ergonomics, and environment.
Right.
Today, this gate system in the Epic is the state of the art and is the base for everything else. So we have, in a very early stage, taken that direction, and where at the time it was more for pioneering work with the airports. Today, I think you're running into open doors. Yeah? So any of our system, and that's a philosophy of the group, looks at the environment, is environmental friendly. We removed all fossil-driven products from our product range. All our solutions are contributing to a better tomorrow. So any of our solutions basically reduces carbon emissions, allows the airline to switch off the aircraft, allows the airport to remove mobile diesel-driven equipment. So this is a critical aspect, and I think one of the main reasons of our success over the years is that we have started at a very early stage and promoted those solutions to the airport.
2015, you got the ISO certificates. Let us know about it.
Yes, yeah. Well, I think in other areas, other factors, we have the ISO even longer, but for the UAE, I was always keen that we have a proper structure, that the management systems are in place, and that we follow process and procedures and we document them properly. Today, this again, I think is a standard in the industry. So we are asked for most of the projects about our management systems, and so we're quite proud that we have implemented this already at a very early stage, also here in the region for our projects and for our companies.
If we talk about the warranty, if we talk about the after-sale services, for how many years you are giving?
After-sales service for us started at the very beginning. You know? So we never followed an idea of selling a product and not supporting the product as such. Here, particular in this region, but also in other areas, when you sell a product, the first question is always, are you here locally? Do you have a support team? Do you have a setup? How about your after-sales service? So we have a significant team here based locally with very good competence, also trained by the factory. Plus we have engineers which are traveling from the factory to support the local engineers as well. And with that we can offer complete turnkey solutions, including installation, service, maintenance, after sales, the full program.
Mr. Juergen, let us to know about the employees, the team who work with you, how you select them, what your strategy, and what training class you are giving to them.
Obviously, the employees are our assets, and this is the most important part of our success in our company. I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of the employees been with us for a very, very long time already, some of them as long as I'm here, and some others even longer. In our factories, for example, we have some employees which are there for 30 years and have all the experience on the product. So what we do is we ensure that when the employees join, that they get the training, that they see the factory, that we develop them and continue to train them as well. We have product management who has the expertise on the product and supports the employees, the new employees, the sales employees with their technical knowledge as well.
If I ask you about the future plan, your vision, what you are planning, what the next, where do you want to go?
Yeah, so that's for us. We have always been a company focusing on innovation. So we are very interested in bringing new technologies in the market, being a first timer in new developments and driving the market rather than following the market. Mm-hmm. So we will continue to do that. We will continue to develop new innovations, driving the market with solutions rather than just products. So what we see is the airport business in particular is flourishing right now. After the pandemic, it has been significantly increasing. On the other side, in the past, the airport and port business both has historically been more conservative in terms of innovations because of safety, reliability, and so on. However, that has changed over the last few years, and different technologies, different innovations have been introduced and implemented, also from our end, from our side as well. And so we will continue to play an important part. Again, if I come back to the Al Maktoum International Airport, this airport is going to be here for the next 50 years or longer. So what we feel it's important when this airport is built, maybe ready to use in the next 5 to 10 years, the technology within 10 or 20 years might be outdated, right? If you take a technology which you have been using already 10 years ago, you can imagine after another 10, 20 years, it's completely outdated. So we believe it's very important to show and develop new ideas and technologies, innovations, to have an airport which is built in 10 years also be up to date in another 10 years further down the line. So that will be our focus area.
How you keep yourself and your employees always updated with the markets, with the new solution, with the technology?
So we participate a lot in exhibitions. We have teams which in our product development, which have a lot of relationships in the market, in the business.
Connection?
Connections, relationships, partners, which we use. What also helps us is that we are a very global business. So often we learn from one area or from one experience, which an airport in the US, where, for example, Miami is a very close airport to us. We service all the equipment in that airport related to our GSE business. And we learn a lot out of how the airport is being used, how the equipment is being used, and we can then apply it somewhere else. Same here in Dubai Airport. We have over 2,500 assets installed only in Dubai Airport.
Wow.
And that for the last 20 years. So we can draw a lot of experience from our existing installations. Globally, we have 30,000 in assets installed all over the world. And all of those experiences, also from the after sales in particular, we are able to draw conclusions and experience and implement that in future developments as well.
If I ask you, Mr. Juergen, about personally, about your time, how you manage all the offices and how you're traveling all the countries and you keep yourself always creative.
Yeah, well, not an easy task, but I'm in the fortunate position that I love what I do. I love our business. It gives me a lot of energy, and I draw a lot of energy from. So also traveling, I've been traveling all my life. So I think I spend more time outside Germany than inside Germany. And also here, this is like my second home, and for my family also. So to strike a balance between work and pleasure and private is always easy said. Work-life balance, everybody talks about it, but the execution is not always easy. So hopefully in the next period of time, I'm able to spend also a little bit more time on the golf course, maybe. Yeah.
Inshallah. And who's your supporter? Who's your backbone? For who today you will say thanks for the support?
Well, of course, the family always comes first. So since I traveled a lot, they have been the base, the backbone of all I do and all I see. So they can always come first, obviously. Mm-hmm. But then I have to be very thankful that I was able to join different organizations, be able to see different countries, different cultures, different way of doing business. And I'm happy that I can always come back here to the UAE, where I have a lot to I appreciate what I got here and what I learned about the business and the opportunities which UAE and the leaders of UAE give to the community to allow to have the business flourish.
Today, from your experience, if you would like to have advice or advices for the people who are planning to come to invest in UAE, what you will advise them?
Well, the UAE is a place where anything and everything is possible. I think the leaders of this country, they announce news and projects where I often heard, wow, how is this possible? Or we think this is not possible. And today, after, for me, being here for 22 years already, when I started seeing the first small model about the marina. There were 6 towers in the marina, and there was a model with 250 towers or something. And a lot of people say, what is this? That's a joke. Huh? But today you see the marina, it's not only marina, everything has been in a fast way been done. So I would say the mentality here is nothing is impossible, no? Right. Basically. And again, proven that it is possible and you can do anything you want. Here you have all cultures, all skills. It's a very competitive place because there is many people from many countries who come here to make a living, and a lot of them succeed also. Right. So to give an advice, I can only give advice, of course, from my experience. But if you have a can-do a mentality, here performance pays out. So if you are an entrepreneur who is keen and has the spirit to achieve, this is the best place I can recommend to anybody to succeed.
Today we are living in United Arab Emirates, more than 200 plus nationality, and we are living together peace and safe, which help us to invest and to grow, as you mentioned. And also our leaders, our visionary leaders, they support all the sections in UAE, from education, healthcare, safety, security, which very important for any business people to come and to invest. What's your message to the UAE visionary leaders and to the government of United Arab Emirates?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank them for also providing me with a place which I feel like is my second home, my family growing up here. I just would wish that they continue the way they do, and they continue in the same way. I think this is going in absolutely in the right direction. They've been showing over the last 20, 30, 40 years how fast you can develop a country and how fast you can reach to a state-of-the-art level. So from my point of view, I appreciate everything which today has been built here, and I think if it is continued in the same way, I will be happily living here for many more years and do business here as well.
Dankeschön, Mr. Juergen Stromer. We wish for you all the best and more of success. Thank you to be with EMARATI program.
Thank you very much. Vielen Dank. Alles Gute.
Danke.